Okay, so as we're just allowing our arms to relax at the side, palms up towards the ceiling, you should just be able to feel every inch now of the spine onto the roller. You should just start to have a little bit of awareness of where the head is sitting, where the pelvis is sitting. Are we feeling fairly straight, or are we feeling a little bit wonky, a little bit out of sync? Okay, so just start to have awareness of what you feel through the body as you're lying on the roller. Start to connect with the breathing, so that slow inhalation into the side and into the back of the rib cage. And just slow the breathing down. So really just slow the breathing down. Okay, so as we're breathing in, as we're breathing out, we're just really allowing the body to sink into the roller. We're using that body weight. We'll start to use that body movement now as we allow the head to just gently rock side to side. So as you let the head gently move left to right across the roller, I just want you to feel almost as if the back of the head is just getting a small massage. And you're actually feeling that stretch right the way through the side of the neck. So as you let the head go left to right, you're just feeling that stretch through the opposite side of the neck. It just feels quite nice, so it should be on the back of the back of the skull, back of the head. And now this time I just want the head to fall over towards the left-hand side. And just take your right arm a little bit further away. So stretch your right arm away, a little bit further up towards the top of the roller. And just keep that head sort of gently falling towards the left. So basically you're now fully on stretch. We're re-releasing right the way through this right side of the fascial chain. We're just letting the head fall to the left. We're reaching that right arm away. Breathe. And just take that head back to center. And just take the arm back down by the side. Let's change sides. So now we're going to let the head go the opposite way towards the right. Slide that left arm out towards the side. And if you can, take the arm a little bit further up towards the head. With the palm facing up. Breathe into it. Slowly bring that head back to center and just let the arm come back down by the side. We're going to do that one more on each side. Really important that you hold and breathe into the stretch. So again, take the head back down to the left. Take the right arm out to the side as we slide that arm out and up towards the top of the head if you can. Leave it where it feels comfortable, where you can feel that stretch. Stretch the arms. To reach those arms. Just breathe into that stretch as you reach that arm as much as you can. Slowly bring that head back to center, slide the right arm back down. And again, that last time as we let that head go towards the right. And you're going to slide that left arm away. up towards the top of the roller if you can. And just breathe. Just breathe into that stretch, reach that arm. Let that head go, relax through the jaw. Breathe. Okay, and then from there, just gently take that head back to center and take the arm back down by the side. So coming into sort of continuing with that nerve flossing that we are focusing on, I want you to slide the left heel in towards the floor with the toes towards you as you lengthen that left leg, and take the right arm up and above the head at the same time. So you're stretching that left leg away and taking the right arm up, and then just slide that foot back and take the right arm back by the side. This time as we do it, I want you to lift up through the chin at the same time. So as you slide your left heel down and away, and the right arm up, lift the chin up to the ceiling. And then just tuck the chin in as you bring the knee and the arm back down by the side. And again, inhale, heel, right arm, lengthen the leg, chin up to the ceiling. And just take the arm back, tuck the chin in, slide the leg back. 2 more. Heel, lengthen, lift that head up. And then just slowly drop the chin down. Just come back to center. Last one. Heel, toes up, lift the chin. Reach through that right arm as well. And again, tuck the chin in as you bring everything back to center. So let's try the opposite side now. Remember, the first one, we're not going to lift the head, we're just going to understand what we're trying to feel. So we're just going to reach away with that right heel and that left arm. So take the toes towards you as you stretch that right leg away, with the heel pushing into the floor, and then just bend through that knee as the left arm comes back and the right knee comes back to center. This time, let's encourage that movement through the chin. So start to lift the head up to the ceiling. So lift the chin up to the ceiling as we stretch that right leg and that left arm, and then just drop through the chin and slowly come back to center. And again, slide the heel away. Lift the chin up. Push that heel away, stretch that leg. Exhale, drop through the chin. Slide that leg back and the arm. And again, inhale. Lift the chin up, stretch, toes towards you. And again, just slowly tuck that chin in. Sliding back. And again, 2 more. Lengthen. Lift that head up. And again, just slowly bring that foot back. Drop through the chin. And just this last time. Push away, lift. And just slowly take that foot back. Tuck the chin in. And just release back into that set position. Take the arms up to the ceiling. Breathe in as the arms go up and above the head now, and I just want you to squeeze the shoulder blades around the roller now as you bring the arms out to the side. Nice big shoulder rolls, and just all the way back. So we're inhaling, taking the arms up and above, keeping those ribs down. And just exhale. Way around, and again, just breathing in. Lifting all the way up. Just exhaling, bringing the arms around. Just inhale, reach. Exhale, bring the arms round. And one more, so we lift up. And just bring those arms round, so just squeezing the shoulder blades into that roller. Just relax those arms by the side. Again, with the palms up towards the ceiling. Just allow for a little bit of movement left to right into the roller now. So just a little bit of sort of shaking, sort of movement left to right. Just let the body fall to the left, let the body fall to the right. Obviously, just don't come off the roller. Just see it as a little bit of a massage for either side of the spine. Just letting the body go, a little bit of movement. It's okay to be able to move on this roller as well. Like it's okay to massage through the spine, to massage either side of the spine. Just slowly bring yourself back to that centered position and just relax here as we just breathe. And just exhale. So I want you to now focus on breath work. Just really start a timer just so that we can actually focus on slow inhalations and slow exhalations. So I'm not going to talk, I'm just going to allow you to focus on the breathing. I want you to try and completely clear that mind and just focus on the breath. Just inhaling. Just exhale. Okay, slowly start to just keep the breath going, bring yourself back towards the center of that roller. I want you just to finish with a few half shoulder bridges now. So just allow for that pelvic tilt, so slowly just roll that marble up towards the belly button. Feel yourself peeling up. We don't go up as far as we do on the floor, so I'm just going to go towards the mid-spine. And then just imprint that spine all the way back down. Back to neutral. Okay, just a small tilt. Roll the marble up. And just inhale, exhale. All the way back down. Just going to do two more. Just rolling through that spine, feeling up. Okay, just slowly feeling down. Remember, you're trying to still imprint. If there is an area that isn't particularly sort of working, or it's not lodging in properly, or it doesn't feel like it's imprinting, then just work just on that area. You might even just be doing a small pelvic tilt. Okay, slowly just come off your roller. So just slide back into the floor. See how that feels. As you come back into the floor, we should feel as if we're sinking into the mat. Just enjoy that little time there, just to release. Okay, take now your spiky balls. Okay, we're actually going to work down through the back of the pelvis. So where we start here, so where the belly button is, if you were to roll the ball all the way around, I want you to take the ball right sort of at the top of the back of the pelvis, so it's not actually on the bone. If you imagine your pelvic crest as like this round hip bone, you've all seen a skeleton, it's sort of just sitting right at the top of that sort of back of the pelvic bone. Okay, so it's not actually on the bone, it's still sort of in the back. And that's where you're going to put the ball, and then you're going to put the same on the other side. So similar to where we have it at the back of the waist when we're doing the QLs, but it's just a little bit sort of further away from the spine here, and it's just sitting into the back of the pelvis. So again, it's not really a right or wrong place. If you're not too sure if you've got it there, that's fine, but you're sort of in alignment with the belly button. So if you were to put the fingers where the belly button are and just run the fingers directly round towards the back of the waist, that's where you want them. That's where you want those balls. That's sort of the best way to know that you've got them lined up correctly. Okay, I want you to take the knees into the chest. Let's have a little bit of a shake left to right. You should take those knees into the chest. Good. And now I want you to take the arms away and turn the palms down quite wide. And I want you to just let the knees just rock into the balls. So try and keep the knees into the chest. And just rock into the balls, almost as if you're going round into the waist. If it gets too much, just hold one of the knees. You've got a little bit of give there. And then you're going to come all the way over towards the left. And the knees touch the floor. And then you're going to bring the knees up and you're going to go all the way over towards the right. And then you're going to breathe out all the way over towards the left. If the balls start to roll slightly, just move yourself back up. Try and let those knees touch the floor. So you've got your hands facing down as well to help you with that grip. And going all the way around towards the right. Is anybody aware?
I need to. They have to come off one ball to the knees on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to lift. So you're actually going to fully lift off the other ball.
Oh, I'm with you now. Right, good.
And then you're going to bring the knees right the way in. So as you come over to the left side now, I want you to fully come onto that left side with the ball there. And I want you to just roll from the back to the left side. So start to bring the top arm over. And you're going to start to roll into the side of the waist. Okay, so you're just going to use the right arm to push into the floor. And you're going to go onto the side.
It's horrendous.
Into the back. We've not done the side of the waist for a while. But where I want you to feel is very much on that pelvic crest. So you should be almost going round the shape of the pelvis, so like round into the side and a little bit further up. I'm just going to start to play around with the body weight slightly. So I'm going to come up onto my elbow. I feel as though I can get in a little bit more round into my elbow. And where the ball is now, I'm going from the back of that waist where I had it, and I'm coming right the way forward onto the side of the waist. And then again, I'm moving back and I'm just opening the knees just to help. So this, yeah, so I've kept the balls exactly where they are.
Yeah.
And what I've done is that last bit where we went from there with the knees, I've gone right way over there to the right, and then I've carried on rolling onto the side. So now I'm on right way over to that side. I'm actually on my left, not my right. But okay, now I'm just using that weight forward. Sonia, how does that feel?
Surprisingly okay, which makes me worry
Okay.
about whether I'm in the
No, no, it's all right. So the bit where we are basically, in case you're not sure, is in between sort of the rib and the hip bone. So as you're coming onto your front now, as you're coming onto your side, guys, now, if you were to continue right the way forward, you'd be coming sort of in towards the abdominals. So that is what I want you to do. I want you to come onto your side fully now and start to sort of roll into it on your front rather than onto your back. So we started at the back of the pelvis, we come onto the side, and these are all, remember we talk often about these hip flexors that insert onto the lower back, but they actually have to go through the front as well. So if we have a lot of tightness here through the hip flexors, this is where we might actually be feeling it as well. So I'm now coming right the way up in towards sort of the belly button height into the stomach. So just below the bottom rib into the abdominals. So as I'm on my front now, which is where you should be, lying on your front, exactly where you are, John, you want that ball to be just underneath that bottom rib. So you're going from the side onto your front now. And actually you're sort of touching almost here on the diaphragm as well. So if we do have any tightness there through the diaphragm, through the front, if you're feeling any trigger points, hold. Okay, so just rocking onto the front. Just give me a thumbs up at home if you're sort of aware of where you're feeling here. Go right the way into that waist, into that side. As you come into the front, you're feeling sort of right into that diaphragm area, that hip flexor, just at the bottom of the ribs. That's where you're feeling. Well, that's where you said you want to be trigger pointing. So this is just basically body weight, trying to relax down as much as you can and then just pushing into that ball. So actually, that's your other one there, John. So just there by your head. I'll just roll the other ball to you. You can actually have that. So the other ball, guys, you can actually have under the waist. So now you can fully go here onto your back, onto the side, and then as you come forward, the other balls at the front, as you come forward onto the ball. So you can actually use both trigger point balls here to sort of almost work 360. Once you sort of work through that side, come back onto the back. We're going to take the balls back to where they were. We're going to change sides. Okay, so get them back at the top of that pelvic crest. So a little bit lower really than the QLs where we normally have them. Take the hands away, take the knees in, and this time, remember you're going over to the opposite side, so you might just want to bring the balls in slightly, and then just roll. So you're going over to that right side, and then just onto your back. So remember the first bit, you're just rolling onto that right side, or the opposite side, so whatever you're doing, and then just onto your back. So use that top arm just to help you roll, and just to help you come back. Okay, so we're just rolling onto that side. And you might find that this side doesn't hurt as much. You might find there's sort of absolutely nothing here. You might find it just feels quite nice, and you might feel sort of really acute pain. There's quite a lot that can go on in this area. It might also not be much. Okay,
That certainly feels it quite nice.
Well, I don't know. Nice, a nice little relaxing roll onto the ball, into the waist.
Your mind works differently.
When rolls then.
No, I know that one side for me is sickeningly painful, but that's just my dodgy side where I've got injuries all the time. And then the other side, it just feels like, hello, is there anything there? So that's why I say sometimes, like when Sonia said before, she didn't really feel too much. Sometimes you can just have one side that really is just, okay, and it just feels nice. And then the other side is almost excruciating. So Sonia, how do you feel on this side?
This side is more painful.
Okay, yeah. So we do
And
normally
once I roll onto the front, it's excruciating.
excruciating, yeah, right into that diaphragm as well. So just sort of use this time just to think about how this feels. If this side doesn't feel particularly, tight or anything, you don't think you need to, start to roll onto the front. But then if you actually want to go back to the other side and do a little bit more on that side, then that's okay. But start to sort of have that feeling of rolling from the back, from the side. So we're trying to sort of go into that bit of that pelvic crest, so in between the bottom rib and the pelvis. Okay, and as you're just rolling forward, if you feel any tightness, if you feel any trigger points, hold it down, breathe into it. And again, you can just come up onto your elbow if you want to add in a little bit more pressure. If you're coming up onto that elbow, you're just gently rolling forward. You're just using that top hand here, just to gently push in. Just breathe in, just gentle movement, pushing in. So even if you're just resting on the side, even if you're just sort of holding on the side and then gently rotating forward or rotating back, each time we're trying to use a little bit more body weight. Just to push it. And just slowly coming forward. Okay, I want you to finish lying on the front. So after you've sort of done both sides, I want the balls now to be on the front where we've sort of had them. So on that left and on that right. So it doesn't feel particularly comfortable. Fold the forearms, let the forehead rest. So they're literally just below the rib cage, these two balls. So literally just the bottom of that rib cage. Just breathe. I just want you to alternately bend the legs now. So take the left heel to the left glute. And then change. Nice and just slowly. Just breathe. Relaxing down. Okay, and just move the balls just slightly. So just walk them up slightly. Just move the balls down a little bit. So we're just above the belly button still here. And then just still either side. So if you imagine the spine, just sort of left to right. So we're in the abdominal area. Just let that head relax. We hold a lot of stress in the abdominals and in the diaphragm and through the front of the stomach without actually realizing. It's only when we come to do moves like this, we come to do some trigger pointing, we come to breathe into the abdominals that we can actually highlight. Okay, so just breathing, and again, just alternately taking the legs into the left leg and then the right leg. I want you to just move the balls out slightly, so sort of away from the center, just out towards, if you feel the rib cage, out towards sort of the bottom and the side of the rib cage. So where you feel sort of the bottom of the rib cage, that's where you just want those balls. So just prod around, feel the base of that rib cage and just gently take the balls out to the side. So they're in alignment with those, with the bottom ribs, and I just want you to rock left to right into the balls. So just rock into the left, and just rock into the right. And then you can just sort of move down a little bit more. So you can shuffle up the balls, which means the balls can move down slightly. So as if we're aiming really down towards the hip flexors now, that's where we're looking at sort of moving the ball. So as you're just rocking left to right into the spiky balls, just sort of shuffle up just every now and then, so the balls just slowly sort of start to shift down. Adding some leg movement, so alternating, bending through those knees. It's also going to help. Just breathe. So even just lying actually and sort of not moving, just lying down and just resting onto the balls as you get towards the hip flexors or even towards the bottom really of the stomach. That's where we should be feeling now. We should be going more towards just below sort of belly button. And again, just pushing into the ball. You might just want to lie and just hold and just rest. You should just keep moving them down. And just to get to the very top of the hips. Just going to breathe still, just let that forehead rest onto the floor, onto the hands, onto the forearms. And then just have a little go at both legs moving. Okay, just keep sort of moving down till you get to the very top of those hip flexors. So just in your own time, just keep moving them down where you feel any of those trigger points, any of that tension, any of that pain. Just hold, bending through those knees. That's going to really help you. Just gently push that pelvis down. I'm just going to finish at the very top of the thigh in that hip area, so where you feel that you need the ball the most, into those hip flexors. Bending through that knee. As you just gently push into the ball. You might want to do alternate sides, you might just want to do both together. After you've slowly sort of finished round with those hip flexors, guys, just literally let that head relax, but just slowly take one of the balls away. I just want you to come onto your side, keep the other ball where it is, and the side where you kept the ball, I want it to come from the front. I just want you to come up now into a side position on your forearm. So you've now got the ball right at the top of that hip flexor, and you're just going to gently, legs on top of each other, you're just going to roll forward, and you're just going to roll back. So you will have finished with the ball sort of there in the hip area, and now you're onto the side, so the ball is literally just on that side, and you're just rolling forward, and sort of rolling back. Just let that body weight rest down, let yourself rest down, sink into the shoulder if you need to. So onto the mat, gently onto the side. Okay, and then just slowly come back onto the front. Give the other ball back to where it was in the hip flexors. And again, just slowly come onto the side. Let all of the weight come down, get yourself just into that position. And just rock. Just gently rocking forward. Just gently pushing forward, gently pushing back. And then once you finish that last little bit, just slowly bring yourself round back onto your back. And I want you to just take the two spiky balls and just really gently massage around the stomach area. So just to finish off, just a gentle, now just pushing up the spiky balls, just massaging around the abdominal area, just gently breathing. So you can go right the way sort of up towards that rib cage again, going towards the centre, around the belly button, gently down. Still closing the eyes and just breathing. So a lot of the time when we come to release through stress, we think about working through the head, we think about working through the jaw, we think about working through the shoulders where we create and form and hold a lot of tension. Where I really want you to focus on, which is what we've done tonight, is actually the abdominal area and breathing abdominally and just letting your breath flow. Gentle massage on the stomach. You can use the green soft ball if you don't want to use the green spikies, if you don't want to use the soft spikies. But just releasing tension, releasing stress and knots that we actually hold in the stomach and up into that diaphragm without realizing. Well done. Just place the balls to the side. And just gently lengthen the arms and lengthen the legs as you come into a full body stretch. Just allow the breath just to flow. And just bend through those knees. Okay, good. Those of you online, just in your own time, bring yourself back to standing. Those of you here in the studio, just really slowly bring yourself onto the side. If you're at home and you just want to stay lying on the floor, that's absolutely fine. In the studio, nice and slow, just onto your side into tabletop position. And just when you're ready, walk those hands back towards the feet. Just slowly let that head go as you roll up. Shoulders are down. Okay, we're just going to have a nice shoulder roll. We're not going to do anything too crazy. We're just going to inhale as we lift. Bring the arms around. Shoulder roll. Shake. Well done. Plenty of water. Plenty of water, guys. Drink lots of water. All okay?
Hello.
Yes, good. Feeling all right? Excellent. Loads of water, and I will see you all next week.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.